This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live, otherwise known as the Beans for obvious reasons. And yes, I think we're the only reviewers who received the white ones instead of the Mystic Bronze, which are a very deep, shiny bronze that go with a lot of skin tones. This one, well, pale enough for me in the wintertime, maybe. They also come in black. They're Samsung's first active noise-canceling earbuds, so that's kind of a big deal. That's one thing that the Galaxy Buds and the Buds Plus lack. How well does it work? We're going to find out now. So let's hear it, pun intended, for a totally new earbud design. So these beans may be kind of odd looking, but they make a lot of sense actually, because they happen to fit inside the generalized opening of your ear, not in the ear canal, fairly well. You get two sizes of little rubber rings. The smaller ones are already pre-fit, so you can kind of customize the fit a little bit. Not a lot of customization. Again, with all of these earbuds, I know it's hard to get to try them out, right? But if you can, in terms of fit, that's always the best thing, because a good seal makes for good sound, and for some people, some buds work way better than others. These here, they're a little weird to get in, you know, because we don't have practice of getting this kind of design in there. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too hard. You kind of put them in and you rotate them just slightly back, and they're in your ear just fine. They seem like they're going to fall out. They don't fall out. I've worn them when I'm exercising, jogging, all that sort of stuff, and they do stay in. But the outsides, the insides are fairly matte. The outside, and it wraps around, is very glossy. So if you sweat a lot, like we do here in the Dallas area in hot Texas, eventually they might start to slip a bit because of sweat. Speaking of sweat, they're IPX2 water resistant, which means basically sweat resistant. But again, Texas sweating versus Boston sweating, you know, so far I haven't killed them. Let's put it that way. And light rain, okay, monsoons, probably not the best idea here. They have 12mm drivers in them, which is pretty darn big. So the sound is pretty good. These are AKG tuned drivers with a bass port and a little vent that lets air in and out so your ears don't feel stuffed. Again, because these do not insert into the ear canal, you really don't need that because your ears are not stuffed or blocked, which I like because I hate the feeling of my ears being absolutely plugged. Most buds do that because they're relying on passive noise canceling, which means they physically are just blocking out, well, other noises from getting in. So these have none of that. And you know what? With earbuds, good luck with that, because active noise canceling without some kind of passive ear blocking is not very effective. So you've seen other reviews, no doubt, probably have said the same thing, but the active noise canceling, when it's turned on, is, I won't say potato level, but it's pretty minimal. Now, they designed it to only be for low frequency, 0 to 600 hertz, for example. So great for drowning out the num, 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 num of trains. These days, we don't get to ride in trains so much. I haven't been on a train or an airplane personally, so I can't say how they do on that. But I can tell you it's supposed to drown out things like air conditioning and all that sort of thing. I can hear the air conditioning absolutely fine. I can hear dishes being washed 2 rooms away in the kitchen, all that sort of stuff. And that, you know, you might say, well, don't pick on them for that so much. But that is why you're paying $30 more for these than for the regular Galaxy Buds Plus, which were Samsung's old high-end earbuds. So these are $169. The Buds Plus are, well, $139. Also, sound quality is impacted by noise around you too, because your brain is listening to all the different sounds that it hears, and that nice little shimmer on the cymbals might get a little mixed in with the whooshing of the water in the next room if somebody is washing dishes. So that's why it would be nice to have either the traditional Buds way of either filling up your ear canals passively or more effective active noise canceling. The good news is, though, that active noise canceling buds, and even some of the passive ones like Galaxy Buds Plus, what they do is they have an ambient feature on them, so you can still hear things. So hopefully you don't get run over when you're jogging, or if somebody wants to talk to you, you're not that rude twit who's actually not hearing them and paying attention at all. So those tend to have a very artificial quality when they amplify the noise around you, and it can get pretty grating. Like I'm talking on the phone and I'm just moving some papers and it sounds like in my ears because it's over amplified, and sometimes my own voice doesn't sound very natural. You don't have that problem here at all. This is the most transparent transparency that I've ever heard with noise canceling. In terms of sound quality, I would say the tuning is definitely pop and rock music. Vocals come through clearly. It has nice clear highs though, which is nice. You can hear again the cymbals shimmering and the highs on a guitar riff pretty clearly. They have some bass. They are earbuds. You're not going to get over the ear experience with these sort of things, but the bass is pretty good just on the normal EQ setting. And Samsung has forever offered several different EQ settings. They have the dynamic, which is also pretty interesting. Mostly it boosts the lows and the highs a lot, and a couple of others. I like just the straight normal. It's not as neutral as AirPods Pro, a little bit more on the bass, for example, but I like them pretty well. If you listen to something like rap, like with all earbuds, you're going to miss out on the bass experience, but they sound okay. If you listen to classical, they have a good amount of clarity that's great for strings and for piano, and they don't have that tinny sound sometimes. So they're doing a pretty good job. And this is as long as you're in a quiet room. Like I said again, because there's not much sound blocking going on here, if there are noises around you, that's going to degrade your sense of the quality of the music. These have Bluetooth 5. They are compatible with Android and iOS, and well, PCs too, Windows, Mac, you name it. Bluetooth 5 codec, no aptX, which is interesting. Usually with the Android manufacturers, we see that, but instead they're going with AAC. That's a very good codec, so I don't have any complaints. And also that allows for compatibility with Apple. There's also Samsung's Scalable codec, which goes anywhere from 96 kbps up to 512, depending on the connection strength and stability. So you use the Galaxy Wear app, be it on a Samsung phone or any Android phone, and then there's an iOS app as well. And of course, you can program what the little tappy things do on each of the earbuds, which I typically end up mostly turning off because I fiddle with the buds. I adjust them, and I'm always hitting buttons and going volume up, volume down, track, you know, that sort of thing. But you can do things like start a voice assistant. If you're using a Samsung phone, lucky you, you get Bixby. If you're using another Android phone, you get Google Assistant. If you're using iOS, you get Siri. And you can auto-launch Spotify with the tap, which is kind of nice too, because, well, that is where I spend most of my time listening to music. Fun little party trick is you can use these as remote microphones if you're using a Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So that's actually kind of handy in my line of work, obviously. Say somebody's recording me and they're using the Note 20 Ultra, and well, they want to hear me, not whatever noise happens to be by them and by the phone. So, well, you know, I don't think you're going to buy the Buds Live just for that feature, but you never know. So how about call quality? We have 3 microphones going on here. It's their most sophisticated microphone system yet. It's pretty good. I'll tell you, in the mom test, so my mom, definitely a woman of a certain age whose hearing isn't what it used to be, she hears me better on the Buds Plus than she does on the Buds Live. But both of them are quite clear, and I find actually that they're a little bit better than AirPods Pro when it comes to voice quality outgoing for calls. Now, in terms of charging case and all that sort of thing, nice small case. Does look like a ring box, doesn't it, though? So that one will give you up to 29 hours of charging use time, and you can Qi wireless charge that or plug in a USB-C cable. You get a USB-C cable, but no charger in the box with it. And if you need to charge the buds quick, 5 minutes of charge time will get you an hour of playback time. So the case has a 472 milliamp battery, and the buds have 60 milliamp batteries. Samsung claims 6 hours with noise canceling turned on, 8 hours with it turned off. In my test with noise canceling turned on and the Bixby listen for your voice feature turned on, I got about 5.5 hours. So that puts it middle of the pack for buds. That's not so bad. So that's the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live in the little engagement ring style case. And the sound on these is pretty good. And again, I think that these are perfect for those of you who don't like something that gets stuffed into your ear canal. I happen to be one of those people. I don't like that sort of fit. I'm really happy that Samsung tried a different kind of design here. They all look alike these days. They all fit alike, right? So this is a new kind of fit. As you've heard from others and you've heard from me, the active noise canceling isn't all that. But if you like the other characteristics of these, they're worth a look. Me personally, I think I'm going to stick with my Galaxy Buds Plus. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more cool tech videos. And thumbs up if you like this vid.